There are 5 gangs that Hattiesburg police say are their biggest problems, and it's rare that an innocent bystander is injured. They say almost all of the gang violence is gangs fighting with one another. In the past 7 months, there's been 29 shootings in the hub city that Hattiesburg Police Captain Brandon McLemore says are gang-related.
We have gangs, and we have a lot of violence, and it basically occurs. A lot of our violent crimes are because of gangs.
He says there are multiple gangs across the hub city, some more violent than others.
Known gangs in the city of Hattiesburg, the ones we actually deal with very often would be a total of 5. There's a lot more than that as far as active gang, but the 5 that I can tell you that we deal with the most often.
Those 5?
7-4 Hoover, 5 Deuce, Rolling 60, Vice Lords, and Gangster Disciples.
Some of those are modeled like ones in Chicago or Los Angeles, but have their differences, says Christopher Freeze, special agent in charge of the FBI for Mississippi.
Now, some people argue that those gangs don't always look the same way they do in a big city like Chicago or LA or New York. And that might be true. But at the end of the day, you have groups of people banding together to conspire and commit crimes. And that is a gang.
Forest Perry County District Attorney Patricia Burchell agrees.
Yes, I do believe that we do have a gang problem here in Hattiesburg.
She says the crimes they commit are the most dangerous.
But the thing that is the most troubling to me is that the crimes that are committed by the gang members are violent crimes. They usually involve guns. They're our aggravated assaults, our drive-by shootings, and they're violent crimes.
In the past 2 years, 80 known gang members have been charged under the Mississippi statute of criminal street gang activity.
Mississippi has provided us with a statute. It's the criminal street gang activity statute. We can use that also for additional enhancement when the underlying crime when we can prove that the underlying crime was gang-related.
With that, local agencies can arrest multiple people in connection to crimes.
We don't stop at just the person that was there actually doing the murder. We start with that person and go all the way back to everyone involved because everybody was fighting.
The crimes are gang-on-gang altercations, and it's rare innocent bystanders are injured, but not unheard of.
The majority of the cases are gang-on-gang crimes. We do have some instances where there have been bystanders involved, but those have been few and far between over the years.
No matter if it's a gang member or a bystander or not, we don't want another person's life to be put in jeopardy.
And with those dozens of shootings over the past few months, local, state, and federal authorities are hitting the streets.
Swiftly getting our officers out there, getting these teams put together, in these joint operations with federal agencies and other state agencies. We get those out there, and as soon as we get them out there, we try to take them off the street as quickly as possible.
But one of the main things authorities see comes in as a repeated pattern in the gang world.
We have a repeated pattern. Basically, if you take one group of gang members off the street, then you always have the younger ones that follow and try to take the place of the ones we take off the street.
This month, Hattiesburg police say they've arrested and charged roughly 20 known gang members for various crimes, and it's all part of their task of keeping the city safe.
Every time that there's some type of criminal malice that they basically do, it would be a shooting, drive-by shooting, it'd be an aggravated assault, it'd be just a simple fight. As soon as we know what it leads to. If you don't stop it when it starts with a misdemeanor crime, you don't stop it then it's going to lead into ultimately what we do not want is the taking of another life.
Another thing authorities are pushing for, changing the minds of people affiliated with gangs.
The only way you put a stop to that is basically by getting involved in the community, stopping that at the point that you can actually change that person's mind on what they need to do or move forward into that other.
And if it doesn't stop, Freeze says federal prison is where they're headed.
If you're committing a crime, we will find you, you will be prosecuted, and you will spend time in federal prison.
As far as local authorities,
we have a zero tolerance. A zero tolerance. Doesn't matter what it is. It's if you hide out a gang member, if you know your family loved ones involved in a gang, then you need to tell them to stop it, because if not, they're going to end up either 6 foot under or behind bars.
You can head over to our website to see more information about gang issues and crimes in the Hub City.